We're in South Canterbury, just about 10 k's west of Waimiri Township. We predominantly run a sheep and beef operation, but we graze 150 dairy heifers for a local dairy farmer. And they arrive in December, and we take them through to the start of their second winter. And so we graze them over winter on fodder beet. Been using fodder beet for a couple of years now because it just gives me a little bit more feed in the shoulders of the season, and it's very easy to feed off and they get good utilisation. For the winter we started growing Goliath rape for grazing our sheep from scanning through to, or just prior to lambing. That's to try and sort of keep them off the lambing paddocks and get some better covers going into lambing.
And how do you deal with sort of runoff from the paddocks?
It's different with every paddock. It really depends on the paddock, but this particular paddock I try and split it into blocks and graze it in blocks so they don't have the run of the whole paddock for the whole winter. So as they graze a section out, that section will get fenced off and they move into the next section. This paddock's got a kind of a natural gully with a intermittent stream that runs right around the edge of the paddock, so we fenced all that off before we put this lot of winter feed in. And so there's quite a good area there that should sort of act as a buffer. There's 4 ponds in that little gully as well. Should act as a good sediment trap and nutrient buffer if we do get big rain events and get some nutrient or sediment runoff. The forecast is for some really heavy rain. I will consider actually taking the cattle off the paddock. We do have, at the top of this paddock where that old concrete super bin is, there's actually an old lime works up there. So it's a big flat area of limestone. And so if there's going to be some really heavy rain, I can take the cattle out and put them up there for a day and feed them supplements up on there. And there's actually quite a bit of grass up there too because it's been shut up all summer specifically for that sort of situation. We've only got one permanent stream on this farm, the rest are intermittent. But as we do a pasture renewal program in an area, we'll fence off those little creek beds and little gullies as we go. All the paddocks now have reticulated water that are fed out of spring systems, and then the hills are predominantly run on dams. We do a lot of soil testing actually. Most paddocks on the farm every second year, or the fodder beet paddocks get a 15 centimetre core sample as opposed to a 7.5. The fertiliser rep will do detailed fertiliser recommendations based on all those soil samples. As far as environment generally, I think there's been a huge increase in awareness. Like 20 years ago it was quite a different attitude. The change has been quite significant. We're doing things quite actively now to try and protect the environment. We've retired about 30 hectares of this farm into QE2 covenants, done a farm environment plan which has helped us identify what areas need more work and get more of a focus on how we manage our nutrients generally. And so I think a lot of this stuff is actually quite mutually beneficial, like it benefits the environment but it also benefits the sustainability and hopefully profitability of the business in the long run.